everybody. Welcome to this segment of Bayou Wild TV. How did I get to be out here by myself? You know, where's Don? Where's Don today? Huh? Is he,
I replaced him.
You're the, what a great replacement.
Thank you.
So
Thank
we
you.
have Jen. Now, Jen, you have to tell us a little bit about yourself because I'm just meeting you for the first time, and what a great story you have. Huh?
Yeah, well, born and raised in Louisiana.
Yeah.
I'm a West Bank girl from Gretna,
Yeah.
and I live half the year here in New Orleans and the other half in New Zealand.
And you were saying that you raise a very special breed of animal there.
Oh, yes, alpacas.
Alpaca, are they, that's good meat, right?
Oh, very good meat,
Yeah.
delicious.
Very
It's
lean,
meat.
a lot like game, a lot like
Very
game
much,
meat. Yeah.
very much. You've got to be careful when you cook it or you're going to dry it out.
So you come back to Louisiana for a certain amount of time every year?
Yeah, 6 months a year. For the last half of the year, we're here in Louisiana, and the first half of the year, we're in New Zealand. That's the breeding time for the alpacas, for me anyway. I got to be there when the babies are born.
Well, we have a great dish here. This is, you know, I'm always looking at dishes that are not only suitable for the main table on a Sunday when family gathers, or just fun dishes that we can just have fun with if what am I going to cook today? This is a great example of mixing the classics with the simple. We have a little saffron. You're familiar with saffron?
Love saffron.
That great, wonderful spice. I mean, it's just really the most expensive spice on earth. It's thousands of dollars a pound. And you have to, you see, we spare no amount of money for you. So we're going to put some hot water because you have to bloom the saffron, which is not only full, you can see that golden color coming into it right away, right here. See that? And the flavor is already incredible. So what we're going to make a typical paella. Just we're calling it a paella, but this is where jambalaya comes from, Louisiana jambalaya. Jambon ham a la with yaya, the African word for rice. So we're going to do our Louisiana version of that very famous dish. And nothing better in this dish than local game, local fish is a perfect addition. So you ready to go with this?
I sure am.
Why don't we start off with just a little bit vegetable oil. This is a paella pan, typical paella pan. We're going to put a little olive oil in. And Gina, what we're going to do next, we're going to kind of let this start to smoke a little bit. But in the process, why don't we throw in our andouille sausage? You familiar with that?
Oh, I am.
The West Bank, you know, she's familiar with that.
All this stuff.
Now, and this is homemade andouille. Yeah, just throw it in my hand right now. I'm going to show everybody a little bit of that. See the fat there? You can throw it all in. The fat is really where all the great flavor comes from in the smoke. And Gina, we're going to mix that around really nice like that and just kind of start to get that nice smoky flavor in. The paella pan, of course, has a thin bottom, so you got to move things quickly. Now let's go in with all of the vegetables. Once all the vegetables come together, the arborio rice is a Spanish rice. It's a small grain, fat grain, but it's just full of beautiful flavor. And you put the arborio rice in, and of course that's what makes it paella, the fact that you're using a special rice from Spain. So we're going to saute that around and let it all come together like this, and let the rice suck up all of that flavor, okay?
So would this be a different rice than you would use in a typical jambalaya dish?
Yeah, no, absolutely. The Louisiana long grain or short grain rice absorbs water really fast. You know, you can cook it in about 20 minutes. The arborio is that short grain is harder and it takes much longer to cook. So I'm going to just stir this around for a minute, okay?
It's beautiful. I love all the colors.
Gina, give me that stock, and that's a good shellfish stock. You can use a chicken stock, but yeah, just like that. And we're gonna just, that's perfect.
Steamy.
Now let's go ahead with our fish, and I'll go ahead and take it out of there for you.
Any particular catfish you use? Is there a certain type?
Yeah, well, this right here is just farm raised, but of course, and any fish will do. I mean, we're using catfish because it's a delicious fish. It's available everywhere, but of course, at the same time, you can use whatever fish is available. This is also a good clean your freezer dish because you can put other game in here. You can chop up any type of, even ducks of any kind. Take the breast and throw them down in here. Just beautiful dish for any type of game as well. So I'm going to throw all of that in. Remember that saffron we did?
That beautiful saffron.
That saffron, the most expensive spice in the world, but nothing too much for you folks.
Oh,
right?
thank
Nothing,
you.
Oh, yeah, nothing too much. I mean, you see how it turns the color of this nice and
I love
golden?
it.
That's what saffron does, just like that. And then we finish it off by, you see those beautiful sweet peas right there?
Yes.
We're gonna just, why don't you sprinkle them all the way around, really
yeah.
nice, just sprinkle them all around there. Paella always is topped with peas right at the end, and then we're gonna turn the fire off. Yeah, we'll turn the fire off like this. You don't want to burn the rice on the bottom. A little bit parsley will be good. We're gonna sprinkle a little parsley in there, and just like that, put it around the top. And we're gonna cover it with a foil and put it on a low heat for about another hour or so until it's all absorbed and done. And Gina, why don't you uncover our paella pan right there? And a dish that's so easy to do as well, certainly whether you're at home, whether you're on a state, or whether you're in a hunting camp, that's a perfect dish. And use your local game in it. You don't only need to do fish. Thank you for being here today.
Thank
That's
you.
fantastic.
Thank you.
Good.
Oh, beautiful.